Hello family, welcome back to my channel. So if you've ever dreamed about working for Bath and Body Works and you were surrounded by all those amazing products, scents, just fun things of that store, this video is definitely for you. I am a person, I have landed every interview I've ever interviewed for a job for. Um, every job that I've ever interviewed for, I have gotten that job. So I feel like I'm kind of a master at it. So I'm going to go ahead and go over the steps that it takes to get hired at Bath and Body Works. So stay tuned. Okay, so first things first, family, let's talk about why Bath and Body Works is such a great place to work. One of the first things that I found was the flexibility in my scheduling, the employee discount. That was the main reason why I worked there, because honestly, the pay I couldn't survive off of. That was the main reason why I left the company. Maybe once you move up within rank and you're a manager, key holder, and stuff like that, the compensation might be better. But just as a regular associate, it wasn't enough for sure. I was just literally working for the discount. But it's definitely good. You get the free products, different goodies. It's very fast-paced environment. Like the time used to go by so quick working there. So whether you're looking for like part-time seasonal work, a lot of people like to work there during the season, of course, because the holiday and the candle sale. So that's always good. It's a great opportunity to gain retail experience if you don't have it already. My first job was in the mall at a sneaker store, so I have always worked in retail. So it's just something that I'm good at. I'm good at talking to people and I'm good at selling things. So that's how I went ahead and survived and I got the job at Bath and Body Works. All right, so let's go over the different roles that are within the store and available at Bath and Body Works. So first you have the sales associate. That's assisting customers, restocking, maintaining the store. Pretty much a basic role, entry level role coming in. Then you have your key holder. This is the person that oversees the daily operations and leading the team. And then you have the seasonal associate. They're the ones that help out during that peak season, like the holidays. All right, now let's get into the nitty gritty, the steps that I took. So first thing I did was I went to the Bath and Body Works website. I went ahead and went to the careers page and filled out the application, included my resume, which you always want to make sure you zhuzh yourself up and make yourself sound the best on paper when applying for retail jobs or just any job, period. So make sure your resume is up to date. So I did that. I uploaded it, talked about how I'm a great team player, great customer service, great customer service skills. These are qualities that really matter because you're dealing with the public working for Bath and Body Works. Now, after completing my application, I usually like to wait 24 to 48 hours and I reach out to the company if I haven't heard anything by then. But with Bath and Body Works here in Florida where I was working, they reached out to me very quickly to set up an interview. And of course, I agreed. We set up a time and yeah, let's get into it, what happened in the interview. So, once you have reached to the point where you have scheduled the interview and you're getting ready to go in, that night before, make sure you do your research. Research the company that you're applying for. I researched the history of Bath and Body Works, who was the current CEO, all pertinent information so that when I went into the interview, I came off as very ready, very prepared. And that was one of the things that she said the most, is that I was prepared. I did my research, and you want to do that for any job. I'm speaking of Bath and Body Works, but in general, when you're applying for any job, you always want to make sure that you're going to their website and looking at the About Me page and their history so that you can run off those facts to them to let them know that you're about business and you're trying to go ahead and get this job and you are the best candidate. So one of the questions that you should always be prepared for with Bath and Body Works is, why do you want to work there? What is your ultimate purpose in applying for this job, and what can you bring to the table? That's the number one usually question that they like to ask. Another one might be, how would you handle a difficult customer? Because in dealing with retail, you're going to deal with customers that are going to be hostile. They're going to be upset. They want their coupon. There's all different type of situations, but you need to be prepared for that in working with the public. Another common question that you might come across is, tell me about a time that you worked with a team in a different environment, whether it was good or bad. I remember my first question, aside from who I am, tell me about your background, was what is your favorite product? This is one of the biggest questions that you're going to get when you're interviewing with Bath and Body Works. They're going to ask you to pick out a product. It's usually by the time you're waiting for the manager to come up so that you can answer these questions. They're going to ask you to pick out a product, and you pretty much have to sell them. You have to go ahead and tell them what are the attributes about this product, how can it benefit you. I picked out the lavender, I think it was like a sheet room spray or something, from the, oh my god, what is it called? But it's the one, it's a spray that you can literally spray the room with. And I went ahead and referenced how lavender is relaxing to children, and I like to go ahead and spray it on my children's pillows at nighttime so they can have easier sleep. So I just made sure to go ahead and relate that product to my everyday life, which is I'm a mom, and how the product can benefit me and other moms that might come in. So pretty much that's how I landed the job, honestly. She hired me on the spot, and it was just that easy, you guys. Okay, now let's get into something that a lot of people don't know about. I even saw it in some of the young ladies and young men that came in to interview. What you need to wear for an interview, and this is any interview, you want to dress in business casual attire. We're not talking about sneakers. You need to have some nice hard bottom shoes, men, ballerina slippers, even some like low heels for my ladies. You want to aim for something that's very polished but comfortable. You don't want to look uncomfortable. You don't want to be uncomfortable, especially if you have to walk around with the supervisor or the person that's interviewing you. Think of outfits that align with Bath and Body Works, even if it's like a nice button-up, dressed-up shirt, maybe some khakis, and some nice shoes, clean shoes for sure. Even if you are going to wear sneakers, make sure that they're super clean. But yeah, just make sure that you come presenting your best self for sure. All right, you guys, I hope these tips helped you out. They definitely helped me out when I was applying, and just go out there and get it. Most of the shots that you don't take are the ones that you're never going to know what happened because you never took them. So take the initiative to just put yourself out there, and this is in any job. You can use these tips, but I wish you the best in your journey to get the job at Bath & Body Works, and I'll see you later.